Hey everybody, happy Monday. I decided to do something that is totally out of my comfort zone and record a video with everything I wanted to say in addition to the text I'm going to attach to this video. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Luna Medina Wolf and I'm a licensed mental health counselor. I'm also certified in EMDR and a qualified supervisor for interns. I own a group practice called Helping Moon Counseling in Boca Raton, Florida, and we also have a satellite office in Coral Springs. I decided to reach out because we are living in strange times, and this is pretty difficult for many of us, no matter if we're an introvert or an extrovert. At the end of the day, we're being limited of many things that are our daily routine. And because of that, sometimes it can be very difficult. Um, it is very easy to become panicked. Not to say that you want to be panicked about the situation, but it's easy to be that way when we hear that we have to stay home because otherwise we're risking the lives of our own family or loved ones. Then that takes us out of balance. The idea that something bad can happen to us or somebody we love, it is kind of scary. But I want to try to offer through today's video and the blog that I'm going to send out a little bit different perspective, more optimistic perspective to the situation. And of course, despite the fact that this is reality is not something that we would ever wish for or something that is ideal in any means, but at the end of the day, that is our reality. And because that's our reality, we have to try to see how we can make the best out of it. And I think that the universe is kind of like forcing us to slow down and look around and see what we have around us. What does love have to offer for us when we're not running around in our day to day? And this is kind of like forcing us to go back to basics. So if we go back to basics, I, for myself, have been really enjoying spending quality time with my family. And um, I've been watching a lot of videos of friends and family who are spending time with their families, doing family dinners, doing all these different things like crafts and obstacle courses. I did one with my kids. It was a lot of fun. It's forcing us to be creative and doing something that maybe us as kids, at least my generation, we had a lot of things that our parents created for us or we created for ourselves outdoors because we were more prone to doing that because we didn't have electronics. But even with electronics, when you think about it, at the end of the day, there's a lot of criticism about the fact that we are so disconnected from one another because we have electronics and people lost their interest in speaking on the phone or not as comfortable doing so. And I found myself spending way more time talking to people on the phone and texting and FaceTiming and just doing things that maybe on a regular day I wouldn't have the time for. I found myself meditating and exercising more because it's available and ready online. It's been so beautiful to see how many people are actually sharing their resources for free. And that's been refreshing as well. Think about it. We all get caught up in life's routine, going to work, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids if you have kids, spending time with your family, maybe taking care of yourself, but it's almost feels many times as if it's a go, 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 go situation. And now when we remove driving time for many people, all of a sudden we have more time to do things. And that is something that we have to remember to appreciate during these difficult times. Don't get me wrong, I love what I do. Being a therapist has been my dream since I was a kid and was struggling with some hard time in my life, and somebody was helping me, and I said to myself, that's what I want to do. So most of the days I go home after work and I feel refreshed and good because I was able to touch people's life and help them get to where they want to in life. And there's not a better gift that I could have ever given to myself in terms of my employment, and to be able to run a practice and be able to help so many other people. It's been a blessing. I'm grateful for what I do every day of my life. And I do definitely also spend time with my family and dedicate time for my kids. But normally, again, it's on the go, getting up, getting ready, taking the kids to school, going to work, working, getting home, doing bath time, dinner, whatever it is, spend some time with my husband, sleep, go back to the same routine the day after. Now we kind of like have time to snuggle in bed a little bit and wake up a little bit later. Then we eat breakfast together, we eat lunch together, we eat dinner together. And it's such a beautiful thing. I've been enjoying every moment of that. And not to say that at times it's becoming overwhelming for me, for my husband mostly, because he takes care of the kids during the day when I'm working here in this office with my headset, which is a new thing for me as well. Um, it's not ideal, but I think it's been such a blessing to be able to connect with all my clients and talk to them and support them through these difficult times. So I wanted to like talk a little bit about what we can do in order to enjoy this time and make the best out of it. Um, many times our brains can help us be productive and do things in good ways. And sometimes when there's overwhelming information on the news by other people, then it may feel really overwhelming to the point that we feel like we lose control. And that's when panic comes into play. And we want to make sure to give our brain good things to put in our head to help us through this time. So if we go back to what I said in the beginning, I basically said that we're kind of like stuck in this situation. So if we are, why don't we make the best out of it? So maybe we can call a friend or a family member if we're a little bit bored, or even if we're just annoyed or unhappy or sad about the situation or something else. Maybe it will be a good opportunity for us to share our emotions with somebody else and practice what it is to communicate how we're feeling. It could be somebody inside your house, it could be somebody outside of the house, but just being able to talk it out definitely helps a lot of the times. Try not to pick that person that you know it's going to make you feel worse. We kind of like know those people in our life. Try to pick somebody that will likely bring your spirits up and support you through these times. Take a yoga, meditation, mindfulness online class. There's so many of them out there. If anybody wants some resources for that, you're more than welcome to email me. There's some really amazing friends and colleagues of mine that are offering amazing things online. There's boot camps online. There's Zumba online. There's so many different cardio and exercises that you can find online right now. Um, we can take the time to create something new. If you're single or in a romantic relationship without kids, do something exciting with your partner that you haven't done before. From the day-to-day routine to something exciting in the bedroom, it doesn't really matter. And if you do have kids, then do something creative with them, an art project. And like I said before, an obstacle course outside, doing camping in the room, outside of the house, in your garden if you have one, in the balcony if you have one. Creating something exciting. At the end of the day, with kids, we want to create more stimuli. And so they're excited about something new. They'll likely spend a long time um, there. Think about it when you go to a hotel room and you create a fort out of pillows and blankets between the beds or something. The kids are super excited about it. So if you do something like that at your house, that could be really fun. You could create a castle. You can build, create a song together. I've been doing a lot of songs with my kids. found to that my daughter is pretty creative in being able to create lyrics, and it's been really, really funny. You can cook a meal together, you can play board games, really doing all those things that maybe you're not used to, or maybe you do. So just continue doing those. Another thing that I think could be really fun would be to write a letter. What I did with my own mom, because she's elderly and she's home. I've been creating paintings and drawings with the kids for her, and we've been mailing it to her. So this way she gets a nice surprise in the mail every few days, and that's been really fun. Of course, we've been FaceTime with her for breakfast before they go to sleep. We've been reading stories via FaceTime. We've been talking about Passover to do it via FaceTime because everybody's going to be in their houses. So we are scheduling a Zoom call with my friends and family to do Passover together. And really, any meal or anything special. My daughter's birthday is going to come up soon, so we're probably going to do something like that for her birthday. The other day, my best friend's son had a bar mitzvah, and we did a bar mitzvah via Zoom with him putting his going through his ceremony and the rasha, and it was so emotional and so exciting, and definitely a bar mitzvah to remember that nobody's ever going to forget, which is such an exciting thing for him, despite the fact that it was really disappointing not to go through the event that was initially was going to be. Write a letter to yourself. You can journal, definitely. That could be a good thing. But you can also write a letter to yourself and send it to somebody that you are connected to, and tell them if they can keep it for you for a few years and send it to you one day. That could be really fun. It's like a time capsule. In general, you could create time capsules with your kids if you know that you're going to stay at your house where you are. You can do that. Everybody put something in it and bury it in the yard, and then look for it in a few years. It could be really fun. Just losing a little bit of the go, go, go and slowing down. You can go to so many online resources, if it's Facebook or Pinterest or YouTube, and just ask Siri or Alexa or Google Home, what can I do creative with blah, and I'm sure you're going to get many different things that you can do, and just find things to keep yourself busy and engaged and positive, because that's what we need. Things that will be uplifting and enjoyable, things that will make you laugh. My friend is doing laughter yoga sessions online. They're pretty good. There's definitely research about the fact that if you laugh, it does increase well-being and longevity in life. There's so much that we can do that will make us laugh. I mean, seriously, YouTube has been so many videos online, as well as Facebook, of funny things. Doing things that we can control, and making sure that we make those things we can control better. Because unfortunately, there's so much we can control right now, and the fact that we can control those things could be overwhelming again. So we want to be able to focus on what we can control. And during this strange time, I really think that it's important to focus on those things. There's the Serenity Prayer. If you don't know it, I'm going to read it exactly. So you can take a moment to appreciate what it says. It says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the thing we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And sometimes we get so caught up in focusing and obsessing about the things that we can control and we can change that it becomes really frustrating and difficult. If we just have the wisdom to know the difference between the two things, and just have the courage to focus on what we can change, and that is our attitude about the situation, our perspective about the situation. Of course, we need to stay informed and connected to the reports that are online, as far as the actual CDC report, some scientist reports of people talking. Try to quiet down a bit of the chatter, because there's so much information online that sometimes that you don't even know how to map out what is good and what is not good. Look at the source. Where is it coming from? Make sure that it's coming from a reputable organization or source. And I want to make it, I want to make sure that everybody understands that I'm not saying, live in a bubble and ignore the fact that this terrible thing is happening in the world and people are dying every day and the numbers are just increasing and increasing. That's the information that we can change. Those are the things we can control. And really panicking about it is not going to help us in any way. All it's going to do is going to lower our immune system. And that's the last thing we want right now. So instead, we're going to work hard in order to do what we can help ourselves to reduce those stress levels and start feeling better. We have to stay home with our families. People are having to be together. So create more conversations, eat more meals together, spend time in nature if you can, limit that as well just because of social distancing, but, do as much as you can within it. Those are all aspects of things that we can definitely do. Those are aspects of things that will probably lift our spirits. And think for a moment, if we didn't have this, the internet, telemedicine, FaceTime, WhatsApp, video conferencing, Zoom, VC, so many, GoToMeeting. There's so many resources like that right now. Thanks to that, we are able to still be connected. If we didn't have that, if this happened years ago, we wouldn't have all of this. We would have felt so much more disconnected and alone. But lucky enough, we have this. This is an opportunity for you to look at what you have in your life and really learn to appreciate the little things like being able to leave the house to go hang out with your friends or your family, like going to buy milk if you need without worrying that something bad may happen to you, going shopping, going out to eat. Who doesn't love doing that? Like, we're so used to just doing it because it's so readily available and it's everywhere, and we can do it anytime we want. And that is something that has been cut out from us. There's so many little things that, I don't think we spend enough time appreciating that we have in our life. And I think being forced to slow down in such a way is really giving us the gift of recognizing and appreciating what we have in life. So take this time as much as you can to engage in something good, being mindful of what you have in life and being grateful for the fact that it's around you and the fact that you're able to be with those that you love and you're able to be protected by those who are in the front lines, just protecting us and taking care of us. I want to take a moment to really thank all the first responders and healthcare providers who are out there risking their lives every day to help us be healthy and blessed. And I really, really hope that you enjoyed the content of this video. I am going to make an effort to do a few more of those with some more tips and recommendations for people. And I really wish you all health and happiness, not just today, but for the rest of your lives. And just remember, there's always somebody here to listen if you need to. 211 is a great resource. People can call in cases of emergency. Of course, you can always call 911. But Helping Moon Counseling offers interest-based calls as well as web sessions. And if anybody that you know can't even afford the services, but they want to talk to somebody, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We have interns who can definitely help, and our staff is always happy to offer some pro bono if we need to. So don't hesitate to pick up the call if you need to, 561-571-1557, or you can find us on all social media, Helping Moon Counseling, and the email is info@helpingmoon.com. I wish you a good night or a good morning, depending on what time you see that, and take care.